right, how you guys doing tonight? This is Darren Jackson giving you the coverage of Week 9. Week 9, we are getting close to the playoff implications. We're getting ready for playoffs coming up real soon, guys. I got some stuff to say. I'm very happy. I'm pumped. I'm elated. Hey, you guys know how much I love high school football here in the state of Texas. I love high school football. High school football means everything to me. And we're going to start out Thursday night with some key games, some key matchups. Probably not going to be the big games that we had expected, but we got some this upcoming weekend. There's going to be some really good games. Let's start out with Aldine Nimitz at Aldine Davis. I got to say like this. This could go down into a pretty good, interesting matchup. Not too many good teams that's trying to vie for the playoff spot, but there are going to be some key matchups that you want to take a look at. The inside tracks on who's going to make the playoffs, who's not going to make the playoffs. We definitely want to be able to talk about some games this week, and especially with the Nimitz against Aldine Davis. Let's get to it. On Thursday night, Nimitz is 2-5, 2-2 in district. They got to get some wins. If they can come up with some upset wins, they can try to get at least to that 4th spot. Aldine Davis 2-5, 2-2. Don't seem like that they could be able to make it. Aldine Davis did upset Aldine High School. Well, hold on one second. No, they did upset Aldine. Well, not upset, but actually they did upset Eisenhower. Eisenhower last year was a playoff bound team. This district is not as strong as I expected because I knew Westfield and Spring was going to play against each other. That was a really good game. So you're looking at Westfield, top seed in District 14, 6A. Spring, I would say second. Spring and Caney is third. And then you take a look at other teams who's fighting for that 4th spot, and that's Nimitz and Davis. So the winner of this matchup could get at least to the 4th spot in the district and could close it out next week with some games. I don't know if Nimitz is strong enough to close out for the rest of the season, but then Davis could watch out and they could upset them. But I'm going to go with Nimitz to beat Aldine Davis. That should be a very good matchup. Side Ridge at Northbrook. Hey, let's just say both teams more than likely not going to make the playoffs. But they had a tough year. AJ Gooden, one of the best receivers in the state. The kid, Kendarius Albright, who is a talented athlete. Northbrook, last week I got a chance to watch them against Cy Fair. They're young and up and coming, but I'm going to go with Cy Ridge on this one. Springwoods at Jersey Village. I'll be at that game Thursday for the Chronicles. Normally I don't pick who's going to win the matchup, but I got to say Jersey Village is looking too good. Aubrey Carter is stepping up big time. Man, Roshan Estes is doing his thing. Brandon Pham is doing his thing. It's Adam Tran's doing his thing too. He's a sophomore, and next year he's going to lead the pack next year. But Jersey Village 7-0, they are red hot. I mean, when I say Jersey Village is red hot, I mean they are red hot. They're going to go into this game against Springwoods. Springwoods 3-4, 0-4 district. Springwood started out the year 3-0, and then they lost 4 straight. And the 4 straight that they lost to are playoff-bound type teams, except Cy Ridge. And Memorial, Stratford, Cy Creek. Then you got Jersey Village. And then next week they got their matchup, Battle of the Branch against Northbrook, and then closing out against Cy Fair, which is going to be very tough for them. But I'm just going to call it and say Jersey Village should get the W. I don't see no problem with them. They're going to be a very good team to watch out. I don't see nobody beating them. Sam Houston at Chavez, 18-6A in district on Thursday night. Chavez is 1-6, 0-3 in the district, and Sam Houston 2-4, 0-3 in the district. More likely, this is not going to pan well with who's going to make the playoffs. I don't see neither one of these teams make the playoffs, but I'm just going to have to go ahead and make a pick. I think Sam Houston going to get the win over Chavez. No disrespect to Chavez. I don't see if they can be able to match well with them. They probably match up maybe 3 quarters, and that would be all. 19-6A on Thursday night. You got Morton Ranch against Maiden Creek. Maiden Creek is 0-3. Morton Ranch is 3-4, 1-2 in district play. I'm going to go with the edge with Morton Ranch, knock off Maiden Creek. Maiden Creek, they just can't get nothing going because they're in the tough district. They're probably in the toughest district in the state. 19-6A, all the Katy teams, it's like a heavyweight fight. And when you're in a heavyweight fight, I mean, it's not much that you can be able to do. Matchup on Thursday night, I think that's going to be the most premier matchups that we would love to be able to watch. And that is District 23-6A with A-Leaf Taylor against Straight Jesuit. Straight Jesuit is 2-5, 1-3 in district play. A-Leaf Taylor is 3-4, 1-3 in district play. This game is going to be at Crump Stadium. I think that this is going to come down to who wants it more. Can A-Leaf Taylor be able to stop this Straight Jesuit team? Can they be able to match well with them? I can't say that they can or can't, but what I can say is that I'm going to go with A-Leaf Taylor with the upset. It's nothing personal. I think that A-Leaf Taylor has the weapons that they should have. Straight Jesuit is going to be a very good matchup for them, but I don't see nobody beating them from A-Leaf Taylor. Brazowood at Clear Springs. I'm going to go with Brazowood with the win. Port Arthur Memorial against Baytown Lee. That should be a very good matchup in 5A. I'm going to go with Port Arthur Memorial to knock off Baytown Lee. Kempner and Manville. I'm going with Manville to win. Hightower at Katy Paytown. Oh, man, that is going to be a very good matchup. I think that this game is going to be at Legacy Stadium. Key of this matchup, like I said, Hightower is looking very good. After they knocked off Manville this year, I don't know if Paytown can stop them. I want to say yes, because Paytown is 5-0 in district play, 7-0 overall this season. Hightower is 6-1, 5-0 in district play. So before Paytown goes to Manville, which in case that's going to be a hard place to play, I think that the winner of this matchup could win the district championship. But Paytown has to get by. First, they got to get by Hightower, but then they got to get by Manville, and then they take on Angleton in the last game of the year. I think that this could go down to the final wire. I think that I'm going to go ahead and say Hightower get the win. No offense to Katy Paytown. I think that Katy Paytown is going to be a very good team. I don't think that Hightower is going to lose Thursday night. I had to give me some water. All right, Milby at Rosenberg Terry. I'm going to go with Rosenberg Terry to get the win. Huntsville at Montgomery Lake Creek. I think Huntsville should get the win on that one. Sterling at Willow Ridge. Willow Ridge should win. Galena Park at Sharpstown. Picking Galena Park to win. Northside at Waltrip. I'm going to go with Waltrip with the win. Wheatley at Scarborough. I'm going with Wheatley to get the W. All right, so Thursday is we throwing Thursday away. So we got Friday. Friday matchups. The Woodlands College Park at Conroe. I'm going to go with the Woodlands College Park to get the W. Conroe Oak Ridge at Willis. Should be a very good matchup. Let me see what their records are looking like. From my standpoint, Willis is 4-3, 1-1 in district play, and Conroe Oak Ridge is 1-6, 0-2 district play. I think Willis going to get the W over Oak Ridge. That Conroe matchup against the Woodlands College Park, like I said, the Woodlands College Park should get the W. Conroe is 2-0 in district play, and I think that is going to be a very interesting matchup. All right. Aldine MacArthur at Eisenhower. That's 14-6A, as we mentioned it earlier, about 14-6A. I'm going to pick with Eisenhower to get the W. Spring Decaney at Spring Westfield. I'm going to go with Spring Westfield to take care of Spring Decaney. Cy Lakes and Cy Falls. That should be a very good matchup. I'm going to go with Cy Falls. This game is going to be at Pridgeon. Cy Park at Cy Woods. Man, look, I ain't. Hey, big shouts out to Harold Perkins. Dude is a beast on the football field. Cameron King, Edwin Dixon, Greg Rogers, the head coach at Cy Park. They beat up Bridgeland and beat them bad, man. They dominated that game. And this is the game where Connor Weigman did not get a chance to play in it. The only thing that I can say about this matchup is that how many points can they score? And the only thing I can say is Cy Park they're just dominant. They're going to win the district. But I don't want to overjump my gun. Now, I'm going to say this. Cy Ranch is going to be a very good matchup. And that matchup is next week. They host Cy Ranch. And that game is on, let's see, is that on a Thursday night? Dude, Thursday night at the Berry Center. Oh, man. Oh, no. Please let me do this matchup. Please let me do this matchup. I really want to do this matchup. If it's at the Berry Center, it's more likely going to be at the Berry Center because I don't see nobody in district play unless they have it at Pridgeon. Let's see. Let's get to it, guys. Let's see the 28th. Who's playing on the 28th? Or should we do the who's that creeping in my window? Go data new. No, I'm just playing, guys. Let's see. I'm gonna make sure. I'm gonna make sure I find out, y'all, because I love that district. 17-6A, 16-6A, Cy-Fair district. I love that district. But let me see who they gonna what the game is gonna be at, because if this game, it's gonna be at the Berry Center, and then I'm more likely gonna have to do Cy Woods and Cy Springs. Well, I'm not tripping because at the end of the day, hey, it is what it is. And then Langham Creek at Cy Falls the next week, Cy Fair and Cy Ridge. That's on a Saturday at 1:00. Oh gosh, Memorial and Cy Creek. That should be a good one. And then Jersey Village and Stratford should be a very good one. But like I said, we'll talk about all those games next week. But Cy Park going to beat the mess out of Cy Woods. No offense to Cy Woods, I got a lot of respect for them. But Harold Perkins and them, they're going to take care of business, man. That's all they do. Cy Fair against Memorial at Tully Stadium on Friday night. That should be a very good one. Cy Fair, They need to do everything they can. They're looking to see what they can do to try to stop that bad man. I mean, the brother is bad. Carson Zahn. He is a true bona fide football star, a great running back. Any D1 schools, you guys gotta go take a look at that kid. That kid can play, man. Memorial and Cy-Fair. I'm gonna go with Memorial to finally defeat Cy-Fair. I don't know if Cy-Fair has what it takes to knock off these boys. Um, but we will be able to see Friday night at Tully Stadium. Uh, Westbury at Bel Air. I'm going to go with Bel Air to knock off Westbury. But then again, Westbury looks to be pretty interesting. Let me make sure before I make that prediction, because I don't want to second guess myself, because I've been doing it all season and it has not been good for me. Uh, and I wanted to be like the Lee Corso and pick out my hats, teams who I'm picking to win the game of the week and stuff like that. Westbury is 2-5, 1-2 in district. Bel Air 2-6, 1-3 in district. So I think I'm gonna stick with my guns. I'm gonna go ahead and go with Bel Air. I think that Bel Air won't let me down or anything like that. I'm quite sure that they should be able to do something. The game that I'll be doing at Pridgeon Stadium at 6 o'clock on Texan Live is Katie Taylor at Cinco Ranch. I'm not making no predictions on who's going to win that game because, like, when I do Texan Live, I don't make predictions on who's going to win. I'm trying to stay as biased as I can. I think that this is going to be a very good matchup. Katie Taylor has been down this year. They finally got a big win last week over May Creek. Cinco Ranch, on the other hand, took a loss to Katy. Anybody play Katy? Katie's tough. And thank God Katie got an off week. Now, the game against Morton Ranch, I'm hoping I get a chance to do that game at Legacy Stadium, but only time can tell. Gosh, sometimes I don't like doing those 6 o'clock games on Fridays because Legacy, they don't let you play at 7. They do it at 6. But it's all good. It's all dandy. So I'll be there Friday night to get a chance to see pretty good teams match up against one another. All right, Seven Lakes at Tompkins. That game is going to be at Rose Stadium on a Friday night. I'm gonna go ahead and go with. Actually, it's a 7 o'clock game. I'm gonna go with Katie Tompkins to get the W. I think that Katie Tompkins is gonna be a little too much. Seven Lakes had the bye week this week. Katie had the bye week, and then next week, Katie Tompkins is gonna have their bye week. So it's going to be some interesting matchups around the Katy area. Get to more games. Fort Bend, Austin against Clements. I'm going with Clements to beat Fort Bend, Austin. Humble and Humble Kingwood. I'm going to go with Kingwood to knock off Humble. Galena Park, North Shore is CE King. That is going to be the matchup of all matchups. And I'm going to say this. Can CE King bounce back after losing to Atascocita? I picked Atascocita to knock off CE King. Now, the next story. Can CE King shock the state and knock off North Shore? I don't think that they can, but I don't want to knock North Shore off because ever since they lost to Spring Westfield, they've been putting up a lot of points on the board, and their offense is clicking at the right time. That matchup next week against Atascocita at Galena Park ISD Stadium. We'll talk about that next week as well. I think that's going to be one of the premier matchups in the state. But like I said, we'll talk about that next week, guys. Like I said, I'm going to go with North Shore to get the win. I think they'll take care of business. Channel View and Pasadena Dobie. That should be another interesting matchup in 22-6A. That I'm going to go ahead. Actually, I'm sorry, Channel View and Pasadena Sam Rayburn, I should say. Sam Rayburn, 4-3, 0-3 in district. I'm going to go with Channel View to get the W. Elsick and Shallow Creek. Hey, I'm sorry, Elsick, but Shallow Creek gonna be a little too much for y'all. So no offense to y'all, but Shallow Creek is peaking at the right time. After they started out 0-2, they coming out and taking care of business. More games. Dickinson and Clear Brook. I'm going with Dickinson to get the win. Clear Creek and Clear Lake. I'm going with Clear Lake to beat Clear Creek. Goose Creek Memorial at Friendswood should be a very good matchup. I'm going to go with Friendswood to win this one. Galveston Ball at Baytown Sterling. I'm picking Baytown Sterling to win. LaPorte at Beaumont United. I'm going with Beaumont United to get the W. Richmond Foster and Angleton. I'm going to pick the upset. I'm going to go with Angleton to knock off Richmond Foster. Lamar Consolidated at Montgomery. I'm going with Lamar Consolidated. Well, actually, I'm going with Montgomery over Lamar Consolidated. AM Consolidated at Fulshire. I'm going with AM Consolidated. Madison and Austin. I'm picking Madison to get the dub. Barbers Hills at Nederland. I'm going with Nederland to get the win. Crosby at Port Neches Grove. I'm going to go with Crosby. Dayton and Texas City. I'm picking Texas City, beat Dayton. Worthing and Cashmere. I'm going with Cashmere and knock off Worthing. And Yates and Washington. I'm going to go with Yates to take care of Washington. And these are Friday nights. All right, so we got Saturday games, and Saturday games here, the matchups on Saturday that I'm going to talk about. Starting out, 12 o'clock game at Prigion Stadium. I will be there between Cy Springs and Bridgeland. I'm going to go ahead and go with Bridgeland and knock off Cy Springs. Spring and Aldine. I'm going to pick Spring to win. Conroe, Grand Oaks, and the Woodlands. I'm going to go with the Woodlands to get W. Big game on Saturday night. I'll be at Prigion Stadium doing double duties at Prigion Stadium. Stratford at Site Creek. I'm going to go with Stratford to knock off Site Creek. No offense to my cousin, Brad Jackson, Ashton Jackson. You know, you're my dog and everything. But yo, I gotta go with Stratford. Stratford is getting too hot right now, man. You know, if Site Creek keep this game in the third quarter close, hey, you never know, man. And Site Creek Booster, hey man, I love all y'all, man. I love Site Creek. You know, I represent Site Creek. Well, this is just kind of Stratford shirt, but it's not Stratford shirt. But I just want to let y'all know, I got a lot of respect for y'all. But hey, man, Dallas Payne and them, they doing that thing. Hawkins Poly, they're doing that thing. Nash Rankins, they doing that thing, man. I gotta call it. I hate to call it, y'all, but y'all know how much I love all the Site Fair ISD schools as well as the Spring Branch ISD schools. But man, when it comes to football, man, hey, anything goes. If it was basketball, maybe different. And I gotta say, this is a very interesting matchup. Need to say, but hey, this is going to go down. And if Brad Jackson and them can keep it for at least 3 quarters and try to close out in the 4th quarter and upset Stratford, that game against Jersey Village next week may not be a big time game. But if Stratford handle their business, I gotta say, I'm gonna have to go ahead and go with Stratford. Excuse me, y'all. All right, Lamar at West Side, Everybody think I'm going to go with West Side. No, no, I'm going to go ahead and go with Lamar. Lamar, I think they're pretty good this year. Fort Bend Elkins at Ridge Point. That should be another very good matchup. I'm going to go with Ridge Point, take care of business. Travis against Dulles. Picking Travis to knock off Dulles. George Ranch at George Bush. I'm going with George Ranch. Beaumont Westbrook at Summer Creek should be a very good one over in Humble. I'm going to go with Beaumont Westbrook, take care of business. Pasadena at Deer Park. Deer Park should handle their business. Pasadena and Pasadena Memorial. Hold up, wait a minute. Pasadena Memorial. Wait a minute. Hold up. I may be tripping, y'all. Hold up. Let me see. Is that 20? I think that's 24. 6A. I may be wrong. Yeah, I think I'm wrong. Let me see. I think, okay, 22 6A. I think it's 22 6A. Okay. Deer Park is going to take on Pasadena. That's on the 22nd. 23rd, let's see, Pasadena Adobe and Memorial on the 22nd. I forgot to say about them. I think that Pasadena Adobe is going to take care of Memorial. Who's playing on the 23rd? Okay, so nobody's not playing on the 23rd. That's my fault on that one, y'all. All right, North Forest and Fur. I'm going to go with North Forest, take care of business. All right, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up tonight, and I'm gonna go on my Twitter, and I'm just gonna put in some games for the NFL. Tomorrow night, I'll try to do some more NFL games as well, or I may wait until tomorrow for that. But in the meantime, guys, you guys have a good night. Be safe. Peace. See y'all Thursday.